August 2019, Las Vegas, Nevada. 4 men, 1 camera. About a year for the making of this video, my cousins, their friend, and I left our homes and embarked on the epic journey to Las Vegas. Well, maybe it wasn't so Tolkien-esque, but it was fun nonetheless. Now, this video isn't about that trip, and it isn't about what we did and where we went. This video is the trip. It's the culmination of relationships, familial and amicable. The interconnected bonds forged between each and every single human being, specifically those involving men. Hence, the Me and the Boys. If you don't know, Me and the Boys refers to the internet meme where commentators point to various kinds of relationships as normal, boring, and mundane. But Me and the Boys, well, we're abnormal, crazy, and insane. Doing the weirdest things at the weirdest times. Is this always true? No. Is it a gross exaggeration? Maybe. The thing I find the most fascinating about relationships between men is a kind of freedom to be weird. With a lot of the stereotypes about men being stoic, hard-headed, and standoffish in these relationships, there's a lot of goofing off, clowning on each other and uplifting aspirations veiled as comic insults. The male-to-male friendship tends to be that way, in my experience. A heavy hand of fun and a sprinkling of critique. For all the boastfulness, all of the machismo, and all of the posturing, there's stability. I've got your back, and you've got mine. While this might not always be the greatest course of actions, especially when one's behavior should be called out and the male friend group not only ignores the bad, but lifts it up as virtue, it's still nice to know you're not alone in this fight we call life. Right now, you're a warrior prowling the streets with his brothers in arms. There are other armies looking out for their own, sometimes to the detriment of other armies and other soldiers. War is conquest after all, and in war, there is always a loser. After the turn of the century, there have been strides to let those walls fall, to look at each other as an extension of ourselves and our friends. It's quite revealing that the term bro has moved from just a male-specific use to a gender-neutral euphemism. It's a small olive branch to bridge the gap between the masculine and the feminine. Though they are still distinct archetypes, they can enjoy each other's spaces. Men are now finding brothers in places they never thought possible before. The boys confide in each other, teach each other, and look out for each other. It seems like Me and the Boys have finally evolved. We've subtly cultivated a culture of aspiration, seeing each other's wants and needs and pushing each other to reach for the dangling fruit we would never have realized we wanted on our own. It's the other and together that shifts our perspectives. No longer are we insular, we are emergent. A lot of smaller wholes brought together and made smart. A 1 or a 0, creating a chain of responses. We give and get feedback. Each friend group is an open loop, open to change based on the loop, tide. Slowly a public opinion shifts and erodes to create a new standard. Eventually that standard will crumble and another will take its place. Me and the Boys 50 years ago are different from Me and the Boys today. Though there are still many holdovers, the tidal wave of change has improved Me and the Boys. It's the small scale stuff that has a big effect, looking out for each other's physical and mental health, enjoying each other's company, and broadening the definition of bro has made us better. No longer do we have to abide by the tired archetypes of men as providers only, emotionally deficit and useless if you can't physically contribute to the whole. There are many ways to make a difference, and it starts with the Me and the Boys. Together, we can work on not only propping each other up, but propping all of us up. Allowing others the chance to be weird and join in on the fun, instead of being excluded and shamed for letting their freak flag fly. We men should be helping to lower the barriers of fun, and work on community building. Frat boys, vatos, collegiates, sports bros alike, we can all work on helping each other out, instead of breaking each other down. But sadly, that's not always the case. The dark side of Me and the Boys is the frat boy mentality and the lack of accountability. Constantly letting each other off the hook and going so far as to even clean up after each other's mess is the wrong way to go about it. It fractures and burns, destroying the masculine and feminine in its wake. It's these boys that never grow up. They constantly are stuck in the past and repeat the same toxic behaviors. There's an unwillingness to look past oneself and realize the universe doesn't revolve around them and their boys. We've seen this happen over and over and over again. Even those positive of Me and the Boys can turn sour. Imagine the hippies in the 60s, trying to exact positive change that grew up to be the seedy corporate executives and Harvey Weinsteins in the world. We need to vibe check each other on a constant basis, and lacking the fundamental support of Me and the Boys will lead us down the wrong path. It all starts at home. During this Vegas trip, I went with my cousins. People I've known since, well, ever since I could remember. Growing up together gave us a stronger bond than usual. And family, while it isn't everything, sometimes when it is, it's the greatest thing ever. Me and the Boys starts there. We don't choose who's in our corner at the start, but we can choose who's in it now, and I'm glad my family helped me on the right path, especially when I see how easy it would have been to have been on the wrong one. My cousins and I have fun, dunk on each other, and help each other out. They're everything Me and the Boys should stand for. This has been Future Orange. Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing down below. I hope you guys enjoyed in the video. I decided to change my upload dates to Thursdays, so look forward to a new video every Thursday from now on. Subject to change based on how I feel. I'll see you next time.